Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Twin Flame Tarot. My name is Toni, and this is the Twin Flame weekly forecast for the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021. So hello to you. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I am always so glad that you are here, and welcome to my table. For those of you who are your first time here, as I said, my name is Toni. So we are just going to create a sacred container where we welcome in and we invite our higher selves, as well as calling upon Christic consciousness to please join us at the table. We command our sovereignty in this time, dimension, place, and space, and we disinvite and disallow all beings, energies, and entities of less than Christic consciousness. And now we're going to set our intentions by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We invite in our angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides, guardians of the four corners, mother of the earth, father of the skies, sacred ones. We call upon you all. We welcome all of you here now. We ask you, please be present with us and please help us to understand and to interpret these messages to the best of our knowledge as we receive them. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Are y'all ready? So, just a couple quick reminders. When I refer to divine feminine and divine masculine, divine means holy, feminine and masculine do not refer to one specific gender. I'm going to go through all 12 signs. So, you know, the messages could be for you, or you could be the cross watcher. Your twin flame could be the one that you're watching the message for. So remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And, you know, since we are, a minute, almost 2 minutes into it, you've gotten this far, you might as well. You should go ahead and like this video. And I mean, while you're hitting things, why don't you just hit that little subscribe button? What else you got going on? Nothing. You might as well. I mean, and also, you know, I never mentioned this, but I do have an Instagram. You can follow me at Toni Summers Tarot, ToniSummers Tarot. And of course, check me out on my Etsy shop, Twin Flame Tarot by Toni. Okay, everybody, let's begin. Up first, it is going to be Virgo. Virgo, we are, the decks that we are going to use for everybody. We are going to use the Romance Angels Oracle. We are going to use the Red Hot Love Oracle. And for tarot deck, we're going to use one of my favorites, the Dolly Tarot. Okay, everybody, Virgo, are y'all ready? Let's begin. We're going to look at the Romance Angels for you. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the energy Virgo brings to their twin flame relationship this weekend, the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? What is the energy Virgo brings to their twin flame relationship? We have release your ex. Okay, so Virgo, the time has come to clear your energy. So there's a lot of meanings, a lot of layers here. For some of you, very clearly, if you are in a twin flame relationship and you are just, this could be the weekend that relationship comes to an end. For some of you, you could have a third party energy that is getting between you and your twin flame, and this is what is keeping you misaligned and not able to polarize towards each other. It could be that an actual third party, an ex, is coming back around. You need to scram. Alternatively, it could be the energy, the energetic cord. You know, I preach this. It's super, super, super important, Virgo, and anybody listening, really. Energetic hygiene. Just like you take a shower every day and brush your teeth every day and put on deodorant, you should also practice energetic hygiene. You need to cut the energetic cords of attachment that no longer serve your best and highest good every single day, sometimes more than one time a day, and ground down into the earth energy. Get yourself back into yourself, okay? So for some of you, you are holding on to energetic cords of your ex that you have not released. And then some of you, you damn well know you're holding on to your ex right here and right here. Some of you are just hoping, you know, like, for some of you, the fact of the matter is, Virgo, that you haven't met your twin flame because you won't let go of your ex. This is your wake-up call to spend the weekend cutting those cords, doing what it takes to, you know, shut those doors to your heart, move forward. Okay, Virgo, this is your time to move forward this weekend, all right? Okay, so let's see what is going on with your twin flame. We're going to look at the Red Hot Love Oracle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides. What is going on with Virgo's twin flame this weekend, the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021. What can Virgo expect from their twin flame this weekend, please, Spirit? What can Virgo expect from their twin flame? Union. That is so funny. You know, I'm telling you, you need to release your ex. And the reason why is because you're getting in the middle of your union. For very, very, very specifically, one of you who is watching this is a definite message, Virgo. You're going to be getting the question asked. They may be popping the question. They may be actually wanting to move in or to make it a more permanent union. But regardless, your twin flame is looking for you and is trying to settle down with you. And so those of you who know your twin flame, if you're already in union, this is just telling you that they are really focused on your union. They are really focused on you. They love you. They want to share that. And so if you're letting this energy of an ex, now, let me say something, Virgo. There may be some of you, you're like, I don't have any ex energy. Like, what are you talking about? I don't think about my ex. It doesn't matter. The thing is even if you're not thinking about it subconsciously, if you have not cut that energy cord, you will still be holding the baggage. You know, like if you had an ex who cheated on you, you know, you've long since moved on, you're not thinking about this person, but you always have a little sense of distrust that came from that ex. That distrust is the energetic cord that you've got to discover that you're holding on to, and you've got to work to extract from yourself and cut it off and close it off and ground yourself down and receive that Christed consciousness, that light, you know, the light of love and knowledge. Fill that up in those places where those attachments were, you know. Picture yourself being, you know, just the light of love just coming in and filling in all those places where those attachments used to be and healing you, okay? Because as you heal yourself, you will very much polarize towards your twin flame this weekend, Virgo. All right, so let's see what's going on. We are going to look at the Dolly Tarot. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods. What is the energy between Virgo and their twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th? I'm getting ahead of myself here. Weekend of September 17th through the 19th. What is the wall or the shadow coming between Virgo and their twin flame this weekend, please, Spirit? What is the wall? Oh, that's too many. What is the wall or the shadow coming between Virgo and their twin flame? Is this what I think it is? Hang on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's what I thought it was. The 10 of Swords. It's about letting things go. It's about, honestly, the energy here is that it feels like there's something you have not let go. And this is getting in between you and your twin flames union this weekend. So this is something that you have not let go of, that you're still holding on to, an energy of something, whether you are consciously or subconsciously holding on to. There is something from your ex, some kind of baggage from your past that you are still holding on to, that you have not healed, you have not processed, you have not grieved, you have not let go of, Virgo, okay? It's time to do a little soul searching, a little deep dig, and do the work, as we say, all right? Advice for Virgo. What advice do we have for Virgo for this weekend, please? What advice do we have for Virgo, please, Spirit, for the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? What advice do we have for Virgo? We've got a lot over there, but we're just going to take these two cards. We have the Chariot and Judgment. Literally and truly, the time has come for you to move on. You have reached the crossroads, and it's time for you to take a different path. It's time for you to look hard at yourself, Virgo, and ask, where are you holding on to this energy that you no longer need to? What energy are you bringing with you into your every single day that's getting between you and your union with your twin that no longer serves your best and highest good? And if you're not sure, it's probably subconscious, and this is energy that needs to be felt and dealt with. And so this is shadow work. This is doing the work, you know, but they're telling you it's time. It's time for you to go on this journey. You have come to the crossroads. And funny enough, Virgo, there you are, Judgment. And it's time. You can no longer avoid your path. It's time for you to look at your path and do a little housekeeping, Virgo, okay? All right, and advice for Virgo to help move them and their twin flame from the shadow to the light. What advice can we give Virgo to remove this block between them and their twin flame this weekend? What advice do we have for Virgo? you have the Hangman and the Moon, Pisces and Cancer showing up here. I'm sorry, Pisces is the Hangman and Cancer Pisces on the Moon. I just realized Pisces is showing up twice here, in fact. So for some of you, your twin flame could definitely be Pisces. Cancer is showing up twice here. So we got Pisces, Cancer, and you, Virgo. So definitely getting the energy of your twin flame being a Pisces or Cancer. But both of those are water signs. And this is about the feelings. And so Virgo, you are supposed to be diving deep into your feelings this weekend. And you're supposed to be spending time looking at yourself, the Hangman, looking at your feelings, looking at your emotions, and understanding what have you not processed and how can you process that and get it out of your body. Because this is all about your subconscious. You don't realize, but you are subconsciously holding on to energy, fears, something from your ex. This could also be, let me say, for those of you who have never even been in a relationship and you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have never even dated anybody before this person. This could be any ex situation. It doesn't have to be an ex-lover. It could have been an ex situation with your parents. It could have been, a situation from when you were growing up. There's something about your past. Release your past. This is why you very clearly have got the Hangman and the Moon, because subconsciously something from your past is really impacting you, and it's time to let it go. Virgo, you have reached the crossroads. It's time to take a different path. All right, Virgo, I hope that you found this helpful. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you haven't already, because now it is time for Libra. Libra, let's see what is going on with you. What is going on with Libra? Hang on just one second. I gotta get my deck ready. Hang on. All right, Spirit, what is going on with Libra? What is the energy Libra brings to the twin flame relationship this weekend, September 17th through the 19th? Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So very truly, for some of you, this means you are going to be breaking up of whatever relationship you're in, whether it's your twin flame or not your twin flame. This could be you're literally setting yourself free. The other meaning is that you could be freeing yourself of of limiting thought forms, of toxic beliefs, of toxic patterns and habits that you have. This could be a very big weekend, Libra, for you to show up for yourself and really do some, the work. Diving deep into yourself and really, navigating what is going on with you. How are you handling life? How are you dealing with it? And what are you feeling? And how is it impacting you? Free yourself of past energies that no longer serve your best and highest good this weekend. Okay, Libra, I even like when the unicorn shows up for you, because that feels very Libra energy to me. Anytime I see the unicorn, I always associate it with Libra. All right, so let's look at your twin flame. We're going to look at the red hot love. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guys, tell me about Libra's twin flame. What is the energy Libra's twin flame brings to the relationship the weekends of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? Separation. Cheese and crackers, Libra. Cheese and effing crackers. Wow. Wow. Well, it looks like y'all are headed to Splitsville. Okay, so for those of you in union with your twin flame, very literally, you could be breaking up this weekend. For those of you who are not in union with your twin flame, but you're in partnership with somebody else, but you may already know who your twin flame is, or even if you don't, it doesn't really matter. If you're not in union with your twin flame and you're on the twin flame path and you're trying to figure it out, you could be breaking up with this person. Now, alternatively, there is that third meaning. Both of you could be spending time apart from each other, getting to do the work on yourself, really spending time alone this weekend in quiet time, doing the work, going into meditation, journaling, grieving, mourning, doing whatever it takes to integrate and to release these shadows that you need to release, okay? So let's see what is happening here. Let's look at the Dolly Tarot. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guys, what is the shadow or the block between Libra and their twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? We're just going to take the one. Justice. Look at you showing up there for yourself, Libra. There you are, justice right in the middle. So this is about restoring the balance. There is that sword of truth and the sword of justice. So it could be that the truth shall set you free. And this is really and truly what I feel is coming. It feels like there is going to be some truth told to either a partner, and there's going to be some breaking up, a lot of breaking up this weekend, Libra, for some of you. And then for the others of you, the truth shall set you free internally as you think. So so as within, so without. So as you break yourself of the bondage and of the lies that you believe as truth, because I do hear very clearly this for some of you this weekend. This is about you and your twin flame, maybe even working together to kill the spider. The spider is a lie that you were told, that you believed at some point in your life. It doesn't have to even been in your childhood. It could have been in your 20s, 30s, whatever. But a lie that you believe is true that has caught you in a web of lies and has kept you from reaching your fullest and highest potential. So this may be the weekend that you are spending a little time, really taking that sword of truth and killing the spider and getting yourself out of the web of lies and getting yourselves back onto the path. So there's two meanings here. There's definitely, y'all are going to be breaking up for some of you, and for some of you, you are going to be setting yourself free together. You're going to be doing the work together and really working to identify where you both need to grow together. This is an interesting duality energy. On the one hand, we have people growing together. On the other hand, we have people leaving each other. So, this is very twin flame energy, Libra. All right, so advice for Libra. Spirit, what advice do we have for Libra for the weekend of September 17th through the 19th? Uh-oh, where did you go? All the way under the table here, Libra. King of Wands. Don't look at the problems, look for the solutions. So this weekend, as you're freeing yourself, whether it means you are breaking up with somebody, don't focus on the problem. Just focus on solving it. Okay? So it's not about, I broke up with somebody one time. And within 30 seconds of breaking up, they threw me the ring that I'd given them. And I was like, we don't have to be dramatic. There's no reason to be that way. There's just no reason. Let's just focus on solving the problem. Give me what I got to get. You get what you got to get. And let's walk away. We don't need to argue. We don't need to be hateful. We don't need to. Let's focus on solving the problem. So if the breakup is solving the problem, then just focus on solving the problem. Don't focus on making the problem worse. Okay? But for some of you, this is freeing yourself. This is the sword of truth and balance and returning yourself to balance. I mean, the sword of truth and justice and returning yourself to balance. So freeing yourself. And so it's about looking for the solutions to the problems that are keeping you from reaching your highest and best potential. Okay? Ooh-wee, Libra, y'all got some duality happening in this message this week. Wow. All right, and last card. Spirit, what can Libra do to help move them and their twin flame beyond this block? What can Libra do to move from the shadow to the light? Oh, holy cow. What is going on with this deck today? It's funny, when I got this deck out earlier, I was literally joking around. It felt like it was jumping out of my hand, and it literally is jumping out of my hand. Hang on, Libra. You reach across the room here and get this card. Ooh-wee. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, what can Libra do to help move their relationship with their twin flame from the shadow to the light? What can Libra do? Advice to help remove the block between them and their twin flame this weekend, between weekend 17th through the 19th of September. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of Cups. Focus on filling up your own cup. This is about you, okay, and focusing on what you want this weekend. And it's really about you prioritizing your needs. You need to put yourself first. You need to focus on solving your problems, focus on your truth, and understand that as you focus on healing yourself and you focus on putting yourself priority and your truth, your twin is doing the same. So don't judge them. Understand that this is a very much twin flame reflective situation happening here. And that everybody needs to focus on putting themselves first this weekend and their needs. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to be, this is the King of Wands, not the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the drama queen. This is not the drama queen. This is so focus on the solution. So Libra, really focus on the solution and love yourself. Okay, really focus on freeing yourself by loving yourself first. Okay, Libra, I hope that you found that helpful, because now it is time for Scorpio. Scorpio, let's go. Here we go. We're going to look at the romance angels for you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides. What is the energy Scorpio brings to their relationship with a twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th. All right, we've got make the effort and trust. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take, and trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And so this feels like a weekend where, you know, if you've had kind of a rocky time with your twin, especially if y'all been through a time period where trust has been a little bit rocky, you know, maybe they may have broke your trust. That is true. Or they may have challenged your trust, okay? So regardless, they're asking you to spend the time making the effort this weekend to learn how to make the effort to learn how to trust. Give the situation a little bit more faith, a little bit more hope, and really, this is the message for you overall, Scorpio, is let's not focus on the negativity. Focus on, you know, it says great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. So here's the steps you're being guided to take. Make the effort, have a little faith, have a little trust, have a little hope, okay? It feels like it's really easy when you get stuck in that stinking thinking to stay there. Well, I mean, they did it once, they're going to do it again. Or, oh, everybody always cheats on me. Or all women are untrustworthy. Or whatever it is you believe about. I do think this could be something about you, Scorpio, learning to break a paradigm about relationships and about trust in relationships and how you see women and partnerships and men and just whether people are trustworthy in general. Okay, this may be the weekend where you need to look at these shadows and make the effort to break through whatever trust issues you yourself have so that you can break through that level and reach a higher level to get a greater level of love. So make the effort to investigate your own issues that you have with trust this weekend, Scorpio. All right, let's see what is going on with your twin flame. We're going to look at the Red Hot Love Oracle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods, what is the energy surrounding Scorpio's twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? What can you tell me about Scorpio's twin flame this weekend? Avoidance. Avoidance. So, you know, they're telling you to make the effort and to trust them, but they're avoiding. Now, the thing is, I'm hearing clearly, they may be avoiding their feelings, and they may be avoiding navigating what they're feeling and doing the work. I'm definitely hearing that clearly, that your twin flame, you know, you may be wanting to make a little bit of effort to try to reestablish your trust of people, just and to deal with your trust issues in general. And Scorpio, don't kid yourself. We know you have trust issues. We love you, but we know that about you. So this is that, you know, your call, but your twin flame is like, nope. And honestly, for some of you, I'm hearing clearly, this could actually be, you may be feeling a little bit, they may really be pushing your trust button here, because there may be a little bit of ghosting from your twin flame even, which is causing you to trust, have questions about whether you should trust them. So, it almost feels like this is some sort of test where they kind of avoid you, ghost you, kind of put you on ice, see how she's out in the cold there. And this is almost like you're having to make the effort to reach out and to reach them. Yeah, you're having to make the effort to reach them, and you're really having to challenge how much do you trust them, and their faithfulness towards you. Okay, so that's for those of you who are in union. For those of you who are not in union, and especially for those of you who've never met your twin flame, Scorpio, this is very much as you make the effort to heal yourself, especially regarding trust issues. It's going to help heal them, because they have been avoiding dealing with this exact same thing. So, you know, in twin flames, you're just like little mirrors. Whatever you do, it's going to happen to them, and whatever happens to them is going to happen to you, because you share this soul, this, you know, energy, this at a soul level. It's not going to always be the exact same situation, same time, same journey, but it's going to be similar. What you're doing right now is going to help. So as you are healing your connection to your soul, you're healing their connection to the soul. And so as you are learning to trust your gut and your intuition, and you're making the effort to learn to work with your higher self, it feels like your twin has been avoiding that. They haven't been doing any work at all. And so in some ways, you are probably energetically pulling them in. You're kind of forcing their hand. And that's a good thing, because if you're looking for your twin flame, this is going to help you to polarize towards each other, because if both of you both avoid doing the work, you are definitely never going to find each other, okay? So let's look at the Dolly Tarot and see what's happening here. Angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides. What is the energy between Scorpio and their twin flames this weekend? All right, so what is the shadow or the block coming between Scorpio and their twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? What is the shadow or the block coming between Scorpio and their twin flame? Now that is an unusual block to get, the Wheel of Fortune. This is actually Sagittarius and Pisces. So, Scorpio, your twin flame could be Sagittarius and Pisces, specifically if you haven't met them yet. The Wheel of Fortune, first of all, is the end of one cycle, the beginning of another. And so I very clearly hear this, is that, you know, your twin has been avoiding ending this cycle that they're in. They're kind of stuck in a loop a little bit. It feels like they're repeating their pattern a lot, in fact, and they keep repeating these patterns over and over, and they're avoiding doing the work and actually, you know, ending the cycle. And so it's kind of their good luck then that they are your twin flame, because the time has come and you are realizing now is the time. Now is the right time. It's time to end this cycle. It's time to begin learning to trust again. It's time to work through these trust issues. It's time to make the effort to reestablish faith and trust of humans and love and lovers. And so as you do the work this weekend, Scorpio, as you open your heart up to give and receive love, you're helping your twin flame who has avoided this at all costs. You're kind of bringing them forward, you're kicking and screaming, but you're pulling yourselves better into alignment, okay? So, advice for Scorpio. What advice do we have for Scorpio for the weekend of September 17th through the 19th? Five of Cups. Do not cry over spilled milk. This is not about getting stuck in the past. Yes, you know, in order to heal, you are going to have to go and look at the past. You're going to have to go back over what happened and understand how you reacted to it and how those emotions impacted you in the long run, right? You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to feel what you haven't felt. You're going to have to grieve and mourn and cry and all the things to get it out of you and to get yourself moving in the right direction. But here's the thing, just because you're feeling it doesn't mean get stuck there, okay? So as a general rule, when I do shadow work, I do it at least once a month, but depending on what's happening in life, I might need to do it once a week, okay? Regardless of when I do it, once a month or once a week, I set a time. I give myself 1 hour. That is it. Because I do not want to get stuck in this energy. I do not want to have it follow me around for days and weeks, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes, and I'm going to spend those 30 minutes getting into my feeling. I am going to identify what it is that I'm dealing with that week, whatever shadow or month, whatever shadow has been coming up, whether, you know, abandonment issues, commitment issues, trust issues, fear, you know, whatever, just those things. I feel it, I think about it, I journal it, and then I literally give myself that 30 minutes to feel, whether it's crying or grieving or screaming or being angry or all the things. I get all that unprocessed emotion out of my body, and then I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes probably doing something like, well, really and truly, the first 30 minutes, I'm not even journaling. I'm probably just starting it and then feeling it. I'm putting down the pen and paper a couple minutes into it and then grieving, crying, mourning, writing a little bit more. I'll spend the next 15 minutes journaling, getting it all out, my thoughts out on paper. And then I'm going to literally release that energy. I'm going to get up and I'm going to physically cut the cords of energy from my body. I'm calling St. Michael. I'm going to cut my cords. I'm going to ground myself. I'm going to bring myself up into ascension and bring Christ's energy back into my body after I'm grounded. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to go move. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do Tai Chi. I'm going to do Qigong. I'm going to dance. I love to dance. I'm going to get that energy out of my body, and that's going to take about an hour. I'll spend 30 minutes crying, 15 minutes journaling, and then about another 15 minutes dancing, doing yoga, whatever it takes. And then when that timer goes ding and that 1 hour's up, I'm done. I'm not going to get stuck in that. And that's what they want you to understand. You need to make the effort to do the work this weekend, but do not let the past become your present or your future. Let go of the past. Don't let it be, don't let your past ruin your today or your tomorrow. That's what they're trying to tell you. All right, and how can Scorpio help release this block between them and their twin flame? What can they do to move their twin flames from their shadow to the light this weekend, please, Spirit? Too many. Thank you. All right, Scorpio. You've got, let's see, 3, 7, 7 of Wands. You've got to stop being defensive. So this is a very important thing. It feels like even now, the whole time I've been talking to you about like making the effort to deal with faith and trust and things like that, you're still like, but I don't want to. And you're making all these excuses, and then you're making, kind of being a little bit defensive about it. Well, if you knew my story, you would feel this way too. And you'd be, quit being so defensive, Scorpio. Your defenses is what's keeping you apart. And you see how how these fight, she's avoiding it? Exactly. Your twin flame is avoiding you because of you and your excuses and your defenses. If you will, please, 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 please lay down your sword. Please, 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 please do the work, but don't get stuck in the past. You will be amazed how quickly the cycle ends and you are moving forward, and it's going to be amazing. For those of you who do not know your twin flame, do not be surprised if they come knocking fairly soon, mostly because you've done the work and you've pulled them in. For those of you in union, this is going to be a great weekend to help clear some energy and to really heal any old issues that haven't been healed. This is a very, very, very auspicious weekend to do the work. All right, Scorpio, I hope that you enjoyed it. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, because now it is me. It's time for me, Sagittarius. Welcome to the table. Let me get a sip of tea and we'll see what's going on with you. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what is happening in your world this weekend. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods, what is going on with Sagittarius? What is the energy they bring to the twin flame relationship the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? Extremities. Look, there you are. Sagittarius, you look so much like this to me. There is that fire. Extremities. So it feels like, things could be a little bit hot this weekend. There could be, when I see fire, I think of two things. When I think of hot, it could be, things could be kind of heated. You could be having kind of an extreme up and down mood. But also, this is kind of hot, sexy tension. Things could be spicy and on fire. So you could both be, and Sagittarius, this is so you. You could be both, a little angry and a little sexy all at the same time this weekend. Let's see how that plays out. Let's see what's going on with your twin flame. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods. Here we go. My Lord, I just dropped the entire deck. All right, we good? All right, what is the energy surrounding Sagittarius' twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th? We have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. And so, on the one hand, your twin flame may be coming towards you, but on the other hand, you might be a little too hot to handle this weekend, Sagittarius. So this is something to kind of consider. If you don't know your twin and, you're kind of having this extreme energy, you might kind of repel them a little bit this weekend, Sagittarius. For those of you who do know your twin and you're not in union, if they come forward, and they might, very much, they may be asking for your support. They may be reaching out to you. This is not the time to flare up too much. This is probably the time to, it's interesting. There's that guitar right there in the middle of that. This is about harmony. Focus on the harmony, okay? Like, try to focus on the harmony. And for those of you who are in union with your twin, really, really try to focus. Calm it down a little bit. I think this is your warning that you may be a little too hot to hold this weekend, and they need some comfort. They need their friends and their support this weekend. So be the friend that they need. All right. All right. Let's look at the tarot and see where we're headed. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods. What is the shadow or the block coming between Sagittarius and their twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th? That's too many. The week of September 17th through the 19th, 2021. What is the block coming between. Ace of Swords, misunderstanding. You know, when the Ace of Swords as a block, this is miscommunication. Okay, probably both of you are going to, one or both of you at least, are gonna get kind of a divine inspiration, you know, and this is kind of understanding. This is kind of understanding the other person, trying to understand the other person. But what I'm concerned is that, you know, it says, you know, for your twin here, let your friends help you. And then you have the Ace of Swords. And so it's like they're trying to understand you. They're trying to, your twin is trying to understand your point of view so that they can be a better friend for you. But here you are, here, Sagittarius. And this is not understanding. This is kind of going to that extreme. And so there can be some serious miscommunication between the two of you this weekend. So advice for Sagittarius for the weekend of September 17th through the 19th. Ace, there's another ace. Well, we'll go ahead and take all three. Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, and Strength. How beautiful, how beautiful. So you have Leo and you have Gemini. So Sagittarius, your twin flames could be a Leo or a Gemini here. Okay, so you've got now 2 of the 4 aces. So Ace of Pentacles, allow yourself to receive, okay, listen, the Ace of Pentacles is a successful and prosperous new opportunity that's coming forward. And it's coming forward because you are choosing to be balanced, okay? So when you choose, by the way, here, pause. Let me just pause before I say what the next thing is. There is strength there. Strength is Leo. Leo, of course, is one of your fire signs, okay? So this is double fire energy coming in here. But the path that we're trying to say here is the advice from your higher self is if you will choose to maybe take the path of balance, maybe not go to that extreme. If you will choose to be strong for your friend, if you will choose to maybe bite your tongue, maybe calm down, take a deep breath, and choose balance over fire, it could be very rewarding for you, okay? You have the strength this weekend. There's a reason why Leo's showing up next to the Lovers. You have the strength this weekend to be a very good friend, to be a very good lover. You know, the thing about the Sagittarius is we got that fire, and that fire could be very beautiful because it can be very warming and very nurturing, but other times it can be very passionate, which can be good, but it can also be very bad because passion can also lead to burning things down. And so it's choosing your fire this weekend, Sagittarius. Really, really focus on what type of fire are you giving. Are you giving nurture? Are you giving warmth? Or are you burning the motherfucker to the ground? That's your choice. But understand there is a better way. Okay? This is, you know, the opportunity honestly, with this let your friends help you and this Ace of Pentacles, it could very well be that this turns out to be financially beneficial for you to really show up as your highest and best self this weekend, Sagittarius. To really put your lover first, put their needs first, because it feels like in the long run, this may lead to some financial gain for the both of you. Okay, this is not just for you, but for both of you. Okay, so what can Sagittarius do to help move from the shadow to the light? What can Sagittarius do to remove the block between them and their twin flame this week? That's way too many cards. What can Sagittarius do to remove them from the block between them and their twin flame this weekend? There we go. You've got the Knight of Wands and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Wands. All right, so this is public success and victory and moving forward in the direction of your desires. And so really and truly, this is taking the time. If you will take the time to communicate, slow down and listen to your twin as they come forward to speak to you, okay? There is a very successful path forward coming, but this comes through teamwork and cooperation. This is very much not a solo path. There's 2 people on horses here. See, 1 and 2. And it's interesting how they're always riding. Oh, no, there they are. They're facing each other. It's like, huh, are they always facing away from each other? But no, they're not. Sagittarius, this is the teamwork makes the dream work this weekend. Don't put yourself first. Really and truly, this is not about number 1. Really focus on your lover. Focus on their feelings. Focus on listening to understand, because it feels like, if you will, you are on the right path. There is a lot of success here. I mean, you've got Ace of Swords, Pentacles, and Six of Wands here. So you're definitely moving in the direction of your dreams and of your success, and you will be rewarded for it. But you've got to tamper that fire down this weekend, Sagittarius. It's very, 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 very important that we tamper that fire. All right, Sagittarius? Okay. I hope that you liked it. Be sure to give me a thumbs up because it is time for Capricorn. Where are we on the time? 40 minutes. Holy crap. Well, I guess this is going to be a long video. Here we go, Capricorn. What is the energy surrounding Capricorn this weekend in their twin flame relationship, September 17th through the 19th, Capricorn? What is the energy Capricorn brings to their twin flame relationship? Religious factors. Your love life is being affected by your religious upbringing or spiritual path. So I've seen this a few times this now on the other signs. It feels like this is going to be kind of a weekend of self-discovery and self-enlightenment for a lot of the signs, actually. And so what I'm seeing here in Capricorn is that you may be spending the weekend kind of, you know, doing a little work on yourself, maybe getting to know yourself at a deeper spiritual level. And, you know, as you're spending time alone doing the work this weekend. So let's see what's going on with your twin flame. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the energy Capricorn's twin flame brings to the relationship the weekend of September 17th through the 19th? Nightlife and work in progress. So yeah, they're going to be going into their subconscious and doing the work. This is exactly what this is. I feel like both of you are doing kind of some soul level work this weekend, and that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But just so you understand, a lot of times when you do that alone. This is not something often people do with, you know, their twins or other people. So don't be surprised if you find yourself, you know, alone this weekend. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good to spend time with your higher self and source, okay? All right, so let's see what's the block between the two of you. Here we go. Spirit, what is the block or the shadow coming between Capricorn and their twin flame this weekend? Page of Coins, a new path. Financially, so Capricorn, this is totally you. You're all about that money, career, and finances. And so it could be that you or your twin is being offered a new career, a new, especially with work in progress, it feels like it could be your twin here. They could be offered a new career, and it could even involve moving, okay? Because I see here's a city here, so it could be that they involve moving to a new city, and this could honestly be a big problem because maybe you don't want to go. For those of you who this is not that story, the Page of Coins is seeking a new path of financial stability, of, you know, the right career, the right, you know, just having a steady and stable life, and how do you create it? And so really both of you are focusing on creating paths for each of you, for yourselves, that are steady and stable. And so you're both just doing the work, and that might just get between the two of you this weekend. I don't know if it's necessarily a block, or it's more of you're spending time by yourself and they're spending time by themselves. So let's find out. What advice do we have for Capricorn for the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? Advice for Capricorn, please, Spirit. What advice do we have for Capricorn, please, Spirit? Rest and heal. This is the weekend to focus on healing yourself. Rest this weekend and focus on healing those parts of your soul that need to be looked at. This is time for you to do the shadow work. This is time for you to do whatever integration you need to be doing. Meditate. Just, you know, grounding. Really, 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 really important. Grounding this time right now is very important. Everybody needs to be grounding as much as possible, as often as possible, okay? But do the healing work this weekend, Capricorn, is what Spirit is saying to you. So advice for Capricorn to help them move them and their twin flame past this block. What can a Capricorn do to move from the shadow to the light and remove the block between them and their twin flame? Look at that coming up again. The Wheel of Fortune. This is the end of the cycle. Number 10, the end of the cycle, the beginning of a new one. And so really all this is saying is to focus on the new, your fortune going forward. You know, not looking at the past, not focusing. When we're doing healing work, yes, the past comes up. Yes, we have to think about it and feel it and express it, but we don't have to get stuck in it. We need to be always moving forward, okay, and focusing on the future. And so they're saying this is a very fortuitous time for you to end one cycle by doing the work. And if you will end that cycle by doing the work, good fortune, a new fortunate path will follow. This is the end of one cycle, the beginning of a new fortunate path. So do the work, dive deep into that subconscious this weekend. Don't worry about a little bit of space you might feel between you and your twin this weekend, because both of you are doing the work healing yourself. You may even have to heal some kind of, religious trauma that you have there, Capricorn, okay? Because with religious factor and healing coming up for you. And honestly, okay, well, a lot of times the Four of Swords is shown as the man healing. He's inside of a church. So that would have been an interesting fact. But there could be some religious trauma there for some of you. Okay, Capricorn, I hope that you found this helpful. Give me a thumbs up, because it is time for Aquarius. Aquarius, first we're going to look at the Red Hot Love Tarot for you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the energy Aquarius brings to their twin flame relationship this weekend, September 17th through the 19th, 2021? Whoa, we have toxic and we have separation. I mean, that is very clear, at least for one of you. You are done with this toxic relationship and you are ready to separate. For those of you who are not done in a toxic relationship, this is you separating from your toxic beliefs, thoughts, habits, and patterns. What toxic beliefs do you have that you inherited from your parents or your friends or whatever? What toxic patterns do you keep repeating, Greg? What toxic habits do you have? What toxic beliefs do you have? What toxic thought forms do you carry? It's time to cut it out. It's time to do the work, Aquarius, as they say. But for some of you, if you are in a toxic relationship, get the fuck out. That's literally what that is telling you to do. All right, let's see what's going on with your twin flame this weekend, Aquarius. What is the energy Aquarius's twin flame brings to the relationship this weekend of September 17th through the 19th? Passion. It says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Passion. So passion has two meanings. Passion could literally mean a good thing. You're very passionate about somebody. You're very, into them and turned on by them. And that's a good thing. But then there's the passion where it turns into toxicity, okay? And so for some of you, your twin flames are really identifying the things in their life that they are passionate about. And it could be very much that they are identifying which other passions are fine and healthy passions, and which other passions are toxic and need to be cut out. So it feels like this is definitely a weekend where both of you are doing some work and you're looking at yourselves and figuring things out about yourself. Do not be surprised, though. For some of you who have known your twin flame and you're separated, do not be surprised that they send you a message about missing you, okay? This is very much a card where those of you who are separated, this could be a message where they say they miss you, or they could even just, say they physically miss your touch, they miss your body, they miss, hooking up with you, things like that. That very much could come back around for those of you who are separated. And those of you who are in union, don't be surprised if your twin wants a little check out this weekend. It's a good time to let go of those old toxic energies that are keeping you from each other physically, because twins do have a physical connection that nobody else shares. And so it's important to share that physical bond, okay? All right, so let's see the tarot for you. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the shadow coming between Aquarius and the twin flame this weekend? There's too much decisions to be made. There's too many choices, and it seems to be very overwhelming. And so, like I said, for some of you, you have just been very confused about how you feel about this relationship. It's very toxic, and there's just a lot of passion. It can be good and bad, Twin flames very often can have like intensely wonderful sex, but just be like cats and dogs fighting, okay? That can feel amazing and terrible all in the same day, and it can be very overwhelming and very confusing. And so for some of you, that confusion is going to be put to an end this weekend. You're just going to say, hey, we need some space apart. We got to figure this out. We can't keep doing this toxic thing to each other, okay? But it feels like, for those of you who aren't in union or who don't even know your twin flame, or do know your twin flame but you're separated, this is the weekend to look at what parts of yourself, there are parts of yourself that aren't working. And this is the time to look at all the different parts of ourselves and look at all the choices that we have made and decide, are those choices in congruency and in alignment with our best and highest self? Because if they're not, then we need to figure out why we made these toxic choices and what we can do to not make those choices again, okay? Because we want our hearts and souls to sing with passion and joy. We don't want to be surrounded with toxicity that leaves us feeling overwhelmed and unsure of our next step, okay? So this is about you really getting clear and giving yourself space and allowing your twin space to do the work and figure it out for themselves, because this is just a lot of confusion energy about not knowing how you truly feel. Is it toxic or is it passion? You don't know, okay? So you just kind of need to separate yourself so you can kind of clear out the noise and understand, okay? So what advice do we have for Aquarius this weekend, please, Spirit? We've got the King of Wands. Solve the problem. Don't focus on the problem. I'm sorry, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. It's time to solve the problem. Quit talking so much about, oh, you did this, oh, this isn't working, blah, 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 blah. Aquarius, you are the expansive thinkers. Think outside the box. Quit going on and on and on and on and on about what the problem is. What is the damn solution? Okay, we know. Here's the problem. What are you going to do about it? This is what your higher self is saying. Stop talking to your blue in the face about the same. Stop kicking that dead horse over and over and over and over. Solve the problem, okay? All right, what can Aquarius do to help release this block between them and their twin flame? What can Aquarius do to move from the shadow to the light with a twin flame this weekend? Temperance, Sagittarius showing up. Aquarius, so you could have a Sagittarius twin flame. Temperance, this is taking the path of least resistance. This is taking when we talk about temperance here, it's about alchemy, okay? Temperance is she's got these two cups in her hands. Some people say she's turning hot water or cold water into hot, or she's turning water into wine. Some people say this is about alchemy, you know, changing lead to gold, things like that. Turning water to wine would be alchemizing. This is also about transmuting energy, okay? Taking energy that no longer is working and transmuting it into something that does, okay? And so that's kind of the point. You're supposed to look at all these choices that just aren't working and figure out which of them no longer serve you and how can you transmute the ones that do. Okay, for instance, you've got toxic behaviors and beliefs. You got to cut those out. But how can you also take those energies and not only cut them out, but transmute them into something, this is solving the problem, and transmute them into something that is for your best and highest good, okay? And so this is really the weekend about focusing on not just solving the problem, but the long-term game, okay? How are you moving in the direction? Are you giving so much energy to this toxic situation that you're no longer moving in the right direction? This is what you've got to figure out for this weekend. Because honestly, sometimes when a relationship is so far off track, it's become so toxic that the passion is hard to find. All we see is the toxicity. Sometimes the path of least resistance is literally separating for a little while. That's how you solve the problem. Sometimes the only way you can solve the problem is to literally cut them out. Okay, Aquarius. That was a lot to take in. Boy, there's a lot going on this weekend. Okay, Aquarius, I hope that you found this helpful because it is now going to be time for Pisces. Okay, Pisces, so to begin with you, we are going to look at the Romance Angels Oracles. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the energy surrounding Pisces this weekend? We have a lovely engagement. Your love life is ascending to higher levels of commitment. So for some of you, this could actually mean you are having the first engagement with your actual twin flame. You could be meeting your twin flame, coming into actual meeting them for the first time. Some of you who are in union, this could literally mean an engagement. You could be getting engaged or you could be the one asking them to marry you. And for those of you already in union, this is beautiful. It's just, you know, more time together, spending time together, having strengthening and bonding that commitment together. This is beautiful energy, Pisces. So let's see what is happening with your twin flame. What is the energy Pisces twin flame has this weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? Beautiful. Love is in the air this weekend for you, Pisces. Look, you've got romance and engagement. So, you know, you've got, sorry, have you upside down there, Pisces? But you see how the romance card has that key. So they have the key to your heart. They are ready for you to unlock their heart. They are definitely going to say yes. So this is a very, very beautiful energy. Like I said, this is definitely for those of you who have never met your twin. This feels like a energy of pulling towards each other this weekend. Just remember, even if you don't meet your twin this weekend, the action steps that you take are leading you there. So focus on that, you know, the path that you're taking is every step is guiding you. And so are the steps you taking you moving in the direction you want to go. Okay. So let's look at the tarot. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides. What is the shadow or the block coming between Pisces and their twin flame? The Page of Cups. So this is kind of an unexpected offer that you don't see coming. And so for some of you, Pisces, you may not be ready for this engagement. This may freak you out. You may have a little bit of a fear of commitment, fear, which stems probably from a fear of abandonment, more than likely. So, you know, them getting down on one knee and popping the question, you know, they're feeling all like, I want to lock it down and, you know, get down on that knee and pop that question. And you're kind of like, so this could be a little bone of contention. It doesn't necessarily have to mean they're going to pop the question. It could just be they are ready to take it to the next level, or you are ready to take it to the next level, but perhaps they're not quite there. You know, you do have engagement and they have romance. So you may be ready for a more serious level of partnership than they are. Okay. And so, you know, you may be ready to go to that next level. And so this could just be a little bit of a bone of contention that you two are not necessarily on the same page about where you both want to be at this point in your relationship. Okay. So what advice do we have for Pisces this week, please, Spirit? Advice for Pisces for the weekend of September 17th through the 19th. What'd you get? Temperance or Sagittarius showing up. I always love it when Pisces and Sagittarius play together, because that is actually Jupiter. Jupiter is in home, in the home signs of Sagittarius and Pisces. So they get along really, really, really well, which is interesting because I am a Sagittarius and I'm surrounded by my family. Like all the people that raise me are either Leo or Pisces. These are the two signs that surround me. So it's kind of interesting mix that's true. Sagittarius and Pisces really do get along well. This is take the path of least resistance. And so it's also about trying to overcome your fears. Okay. When we're talking about temperance, we're talking about tempering our fears. We're talking about transmuting our fears. Okay. And so, you know, changing fear, you know, alchemy, right? So it's alchemizing fear, changing fear from fear into faith, right? From fear into hope. And so the energy here is to stand in faith, stand in hope, and to let go of fear. Remember, fear is never the path of least resistance. Anytime you are making a choice that is guided and led by fear, you're always going to have to repeat that decision over and over until you stop making your choices based on fear. You have to be guided by love, and that comes from knowing yourself and being guided by source and being co-creating. You know, and when you're not being co-creating with source, when you're focusing on your life, Pisces, and when you're focusing on creating and manifesting what you want, it's really hard to be over here with your nose in anybody else's business, and it's really hard to worry about what anybody else is doing because you're so focused on yourself. And it's not that you're being self-centered, you're being selfish. In other words, you're connected to your higher self. And that's kind of what they're trying to say here. This is Archangel Michael. So lean into the higher self, you know, and this weekend, listen, this is not say yes, say no, okay? If you're not ready for a higher level of engagement, or reverse, if you are ready and your partner is not, they're just trying to say, you know, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Look at the path of least resistance. So is it they're not ready because y'all haven't had enough time communicating and getting to know each other and so on and so forth? Or do they have shadows and fears that need to be transmuted? You know, it could be something like that. Maybe they have fear of commitment, fear of abandonment, things such as that. So these are all things that can be transmuted and overcome, but you're going to have to go to your higher self and seek guidance, okay? All right, and final advice for Pisces to help them overcome the block that comes between them and their twin flame. What can be done to move Pisces and their twin flame from the shadow to the light? Oh, I love this card in this deck. The Knight of Coins. This is seeking the path that is a long-term solution for both of you. And so kind of what I feel here is that one of you, or your partner, I'm not sure which one of you, is jumping the gun on this, kind of taking it to the next level partnership, level of commitment for one of you especially. And so what it is the two of you need to sit down and really talk about the path that you both want to be on and get on the same page. This is just making sure, this is taking the time to say, hey, I love you. You love me. You love me so much. You want to, you know, take this to the next level. We want to make this commitment a little bit more serious. Even if those of you who are married, it could be like, you know, hey, honey, you know, I'm ready to start talking about, well, maybe buying a house. I'm thinking like 3D and metaphysical. So like maybe we should buy a house together, which is a big commitment to be with somebody. It is. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars you're spending with someone, you know, and you're putting your name on a piece of paper saying you will legally pay for this with this person. That's a big commitment, right? The other thing is, you know, maybe talking about having a child, or maybe talking about moving, you know, to a different state, or it's just these big commitments and changes. That maybe you're ready or they are ready, but the other one is not, you know, you or your partner are not. The biggest thing that can help this is to transmute the fears by laying out in front of you all of the pros about the situation that you can find. Because when you can make a list of all the things that are pro in the situation, not the cons, the pro, then you release your resistance to the situation, or your partner can release the resistance to the situation. And then we can start talking about, you know, transmuting fears and moving in the direction that is beneficial towards us both. So really, Pisces, this isn't a yes or a no. You know, don't, hey, if you ask, they're going to say yes or they're going to say no. What this is make sure that you're both on the same page before you take it to this level. Make sure they are ready and that you are actually ready. And if you're the one that's surprised, make sure that, you know, the beauty of the tarot is that this is the tool. It's letting you know it's coming. And so if you suspect your partner might be popping the question soon, it's probably going to be this weekend, Pisces. Are you ready? And if not, ask yourself why, and what is it, them, or is it that, or is it you? And if it's you, why? All right, Pisces. Love you so much, because now it is Aries' turn. Let me get a sip of tea, actually. Okay. There we go. All right, Aries, let's begin with you. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the energy Aries brings to the twin flame relationship this weekend, September 17th through the 19th, 2021? Oh, what you get? You got retreat. It says it's time to disconnect from the world. So that is just a very direct message. It could be time to turn off social media, the internet, go spend some time with your loved one, spend some time getting to know them. It could be that you are going on a little retreat this weekend, Aries. The other thing, though, is sometimes when retreat comes up, if you and your twin flame are kind of bumping heads a little bit, you know, Aries, as my little ram there you like to do sometimes, this is kind of a call for retreat. Maybe back up a little bit, maybe back down, and it's not saying you're right or saying you're wrong, but let's just, you know, go to our collective corners for a minute, catch our breath, and try this again when we're not bumping heads so much is kind of the message here, okay? So this may be the key word this weekend, retreat. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on with your twin flame. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the energy surrounding Aries' twin flame this weekend? Spying. Okay, so honestly, I'm getting the energy that y'all are in separation from the majority of you. I'm getting the energy this is a separate thing. And when spying comes up, a lot of times this feels like they're watching you through social media. You know, they're literally looking at whatever open window into your world you give them. So a lot of times it's the social media for most of us, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, TikTok, whatever. So it feels like they are really watching your social media if you are in fact separated, if you have retreated from each other. For those of you who, okay, so this feels like twins who are separate, okay? It feels like your twin's spying on you and because you have left them, okay? For those of you who are in union, it feels like you may be catching them snooping through your stuff this weekend, and you're like, excuse me, what are you doing, and two, why don't you trust me? And this may kind of force you to kind of pull back a little bit. You're like, excuse me, what is going on that you don't trust me? That's not okay. You know, this is a violation of my privacy. So I kind of definitely get the energy. For some of you in union, this is going to be a major violation of privacy coming forward. For those of you who are not in union nor in separation, you've never met each other, this is very interesting. I think that your twin flame may know who you are. And they figured out who you are, and they are watching you through your social media and whatever form of contact they can reach you. Meanwhile, you've got your back to them. You don't even see them. You don't even realize your twin flame knows who you are. So that's kind of exciting, Aries. Let's see what's happening here. Let's look at the tarot. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guys, tell me what is going on. What is the shadow coming between Aries and their twin flame this weekend? What is the block? King of Coins. So, you know, this is a very important one to have as a block. It can mean a few things. It could honestly mean there is a money issue. This is why perhaps the two of you are not together if you are separate. And this is coming up between the two of you. It has something to do with money or career. It could even be a career path that got between the two of you. It could be that one of you took a job that took them away, that forced them to retreat. It could even be that you took the job that forced you to move away. You had to retreat. And so now your twin is keeping up with you through social media, keeping tabs. It could also be, you know, maybe they know friends of friends. They're keeping up with you however they can, okay? Colleagues, acquaintances, such as that, okay? Those of you who are actually in union, though, this definitely feels like there is an issue about money that's going to get between the two of you, possibly your path forward, your future path with money. You know, for some of you, it could be about retirement, because retreat to me does read retirement. But regardless, something comes up about money that comes between the two of you this weekend. It makes you kind of want to hedge your corner. And I definitely get this energy that you are not speaking to each other because of this argument. You and those of you who are in union, or it could be this is why you're separated now. And so they are trying to keep up with you, trying to contact you through social media. They're trying to figure out, you know, even if you're living in the same house, it could be that they're sending you messages through social media and stuff like that. So think about it. In order to send somebody a message on Instagram, you literally have to go to Instagram. You're going to see the window into the world, right? And or into their Twitter or anything like that. So it's kind of like that. There's definitely this energy of a financial path has gotten between the two of you, okay? All right, so advice for Aries. What advice do we have? Dang, that was so fast. King of Swords. Try to understand their point of view. This is a very important card in this position because you see how that looks kind of like the Pope, right? So the point here is it feels like, you know, you kind of walked away, or it feels like you may have even been taken away because of your job. Regardless, something to do with money has kind of forced your hand and caused you to want to walk away, or at least to retreat to your own corner to figure out how you feel. But the thing is this is how you feel, and you know how this is making you feel, but have you stop to consider the other point of view, okay? And so that's kind of the thing. You've got the King of Swords and the King of Coins here, okay? These are about the guys who create, or whose life is based on their fundamental values, right? And so the King of Swords is fundamental values is about understanding and knowledge and wisdom, and the King of Coins is about not just money and finances, but about stability and sustainability. And so it feels like the two of you, you know, are trying to understand each other's point of view when it comes to how you make, create, grow, and keep money. But regardless, there's definitely a a big misunderstanding here, Aries. And so not only do you have your back to them, but I mean, it kind of just feels like you're kind of almost icing them out. Like they can't even speak to you. They have to like look through social media just to know what's going on with them, with you, even like their own partner. Okay. So what can be done then to help Aries move their partner and them move from the shadow to the light? What can be done to release the block between Aries and their partner this weekend? Look at that. The King of Wands. You got 3 of the 4 kings. If you had gotten one more king, you would have the Emperor, which is the divine masculine energy rising up here. But the King of Wands, do not focus on the problems, focus on the solution. This is really and truly the reason why you are feeling so overwhelmed, Aries, and you don't know what to do, and you felt so overwhelmed that you actually had to run. Aries, this is very typical. When you get overwhelmed, you have a tendency to kind of, I don't want to deal with this, and run, okay? And when you run, you're not able to communicate, you're not able to understand the other person's point of view, and you just kind of leave them feeling left out on the outside. So the point here is this weekend, it's not about running, it's about learning to understand why you feel so confused, why you feel so overwhelmed. It's sitting down and getting to have a conversation about your options. Honestly, I do feel like for very specifically, one of you had to leave because you were offered a job. It feels like your partner maybe have been offered a job and they had to leave, is what I mean to say. Yes, it feels like your partner was offered a job, had to leave, maybe left the state. You didn't go with them. And now it's left you feeling very confused because you were like, well, I don't want to go. I didn't want to do that. But now you're kind of, yeah, maybe reconsidering it. So that's very specific to one of you. Regardless, Aries, there's definitely an issue here about your path forward with your partner, that long-term path that you didn't agree with your partner and you kind of just ran. And when it's going to be, you're just going to have to sit down and really focus on the solutions. Aries, the reason why you're running is because you're feeling overwhelmed, okay? This overwhelm can be easily taken off the table when you stop looking at just the problems. Okay, here's the problem, fine. What are my available solutions? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then which one is viable? Focus on the solution. All right, Aries, I hope that you found this helpful, because now it is time for Taurus. Let's begin with you. Actually, let me get a sip of tea, and then we'll begin with you. All right, Taurus. There we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods, what is the energy Taurus brings to their twin flame relationship this weekend, please? Got 2 cards, Taurus. You've got risk and you've got romance. So take a risk and try a little romance this weekend. This is awesome. It feels like, Taurus, you're not much of a risk taker. You're the most grounded of all of the earth signs. You're the grounded one, okay? You don't take unnecessary risk. You take calculated risk, but you definitely don't take unnecessary risk. And for you, Taurus, love can be a risk because you are so grounded. You're not somebody who naturally goes with the flow. You like to be, steady and stable. Love and romance can feel kind of risky. So, this is just kind of a fun little combination. Say, don't be afraid to take a chance on love this weekend, okay? All right, let's see what is happening with your twin flame. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods, what is the energy Taurus's twin flame brings to the relationship this weekend? What is the energy Taurus's twin flame brings to the relationship this weekend of September 17th through the 19th? Give your relationship a chance and attraction. So this is very much mirroring each other. So with risk, you've got give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Take a risk, take a chance, and work on your partnership together, okay? And then you have attraction and romance. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So look at the two of you mirroring each other there, you and your twin flame. So this is a weekend where I think you both are going to give in. If you've been holding back, if you've been fighting the urge to talk to each other, to call out to each other, it feels like this is the weekend that attraction is going to be too much to risk, and you're not going to be able to fight that risk any longer. You're going to take it and you're going to give into it, and you're going to enjoy a little bit of romance, maybe even giving this relationship a chance. I apologize. I can hear my window over here. My neighbors are being very loud outside. I apologize. All right, so let's see what is going on with the tarot. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides. What is the block in between Taurus? The Five of Wands. There was a conflict. So there's been some kind of possible either past conflict that's kept you all apart, okay? That could be what this risk and attraction is. It's like, I don't want to go back to them. Is that I said never again kind of energy, you know, never again. You know, you had this fight and, oh, you'll never talk to me again kind of energy. Never say never. So this is kind of that energy between you. You see that beautiful blue butterfly. Actually, there's several butterflies on this card. There's actually multiple butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 butterflies, actually. So despite the challenges, despite the conflict, there's still the possibility for a second chance, for a rebirth, for a fresh new beginning here. And so the conflict is the conflict, but what are you going to do about it? Can you go back and change it? Can you do it over? Or can you move forward and solve the problem? That's the question here, Taurus. Do you want to take a risk and do you want to solve the problem? You know, because your twin flame is definitely still feeling the traction and considering giving this relationship another chance. All right, so let's see. Advice for Taurus. What advice do we have for Taurus for the week of September 17th through the 19th? Ace of Cups. Give love a chance. Just give love a chance, Taurus. This is new love, Taurus. Taurus. Take that risk and go find that love. In fact, if you kind of look at this, I was thinking that was an iceberg. It looks kind of like an, you know, I'm still standing by this. This looks like an iceberg, right? Talking about risky love. There you go. Regardless, take your love off the ice and give it another chance. Don't be afraid to take this risk. This conflict in the past was probably there to teach you a lesson. It was probably there to teach your twin a lesson. And very oftentimes we separate from our twins because we can't grow in that season of our life with our twins. Very often we separate when it's a season that we need to grow by ourselves, okay? And so it definitely feels like it's time for a restart, Taurus. So what advice do we have for Taurus? How can Taurus help move them and their twin flame from the shadow to the light? What can Taurus do to release this block between them and their twin flame this weekend? What can Taurus do to release the block between them and their twin flame this weekend? Ha ha! Ace of Swords. Look at all these beautiful aces. All these new beginnings. New beginnings, new love, new understanding, new perspective, okay? So really, this is understand their point of view. It feels like probably this conflict comes because Taurus, and I love you so much when I say this, please don't get mad at me, but Taurus, you're very stubborn. You like to cling to your point of view. You don't like to change your mind very easily. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes stubborn is a very good thing. That's a very good characteristic to have in certain circumstances, but not always necessarily when it comes to love. We don't need to be so rigid, okay? Fluidity is the name of the game. And so this is understanding their point of view. It feels like this entire thing could probably be solved if you would just sit down and listen to understand. Not listen to respond, but listen to understand, Taurus. Okay? All right, Taurus. I hope that you found this helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Be sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because it's one of my favorite signs coming up next. Gemini. Welcome to the table. Let's get some tea. Whew. Girls, throat's getting tired. We're at 1 hour and 18. I think this is going to be the last week we're going to do all 12 zodiac signs. I think next week we're just going to do the elements. We'll do earth, air, wind, fire. So it'll be much faster. All right. Okay, Gemini, let's begin with you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guys, tell me, what is the energy Gemini brings to the table this weekend? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So there's some kind of divine timing at play here. So if something doesn't work out exactly like you intended it to, that's because it wasn't the time for it to work out, okay? So let's see what is going on with your twin flame. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is going on with Gemini's twin flame this weekend? Ex-lover. So worth waiting for an ex-lover. So I get the feeling that the two of you have probably been in union, at least most of you have been in union at some point, and are starting to realize this person was worth waiting for, that this ex-lover may not be an ex-lover for much longer, okay? Let's get a little tarot here. There's a different direction I see this going here as well. So let me get a little tarot and see what's happening. Let's see what the shadow is here. Let's find out. What is this block coming between Gemini and their twin flame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 9 of Wands. That is Chiron, the wounded healer right there. So what this is these are your core wounds, and this is literally the two of you have not done the work, as we call it. You haven't looked at your shadow. You haven't dealt with your past core wounds. You haven't healed them. You haven't processed them. You haven't grieved them. And until you do, these core wounds are going to keep becoming trigger points between the two of you. What happens with twin flames very often is you hold a mirror up in front of the other person, and that person can see their core wounds, and they start blah at the other person. And you trigger the hell out of each other. Okay, Gemini? And so your core wounds are getting between you and your lover, or your twin flame, I should say here. So what I feel like part of this is worth waiting for is that the divine timing. You haven't met, you're not with your twin flame right now, because the timing is that you're supposed to be working on your core wounds. When it comes to the ex-lover, again, this has to do with the timing. The timing wasn't right. So that's what they're trying to tell you. The timing is not right. They were your ex, they're not your current lover. And so the timing for y'all to be together wasn't right. And so this is about both of you focusing on your core wounds. And just remember, being a twin flame, anytime you do work on yourself, on your soul, it benefits your twin because you are connected at a soul level. So this is about really examining what are your core wounds and how can you heal them this weekend, Gemini, okay? So what advice do we have for Gemini this weekend? Spirit, what advice do we have for Gemini the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021. There we go. We have the 3, 6, 9. Nice. Treat yourself there, Gemini. Treat yourself. There is the 9 of Pentacles and the 2, the 8 of Wands. Okay, so this is actually a very, very, very interesting card combination to have. The 8 of Wands is about communication, and communication comes quickly. This is about taking care of your own needs, about sitting down and spending time talking to your higher self and really, really doing the work, taking care of yourself and meeting your own needs. If you will work on, it's no surprise to me that the 8 of Wands is sitting right over the 9 of Wands. This is about talking to your higher self and getting your needs met and really making sure that you get everything you need to be able to communicate clearly, because you have healed yourself. See, here's the thing. When we're not healed, when we're not working on healing ourselves, very often we are reacting we're being very reactionary, and we're not able to control our feelings and our emotions and our responses. And so we just let our emotions and feelings get ahead of us and just all over the place, right? And that's what core wounds especially do. When you get triggered, I mean, God bless America. I'm a Sagittarius. When you trigger me, I'm all happy and sweet until the very minute you push that button. I ain't cute then. I am not cute. I am not. And so that's the point here, is what are your core wounds that you have been, pushing out, ignoring, making your ex, so like literally compartmentalizing and ignoring. This is the weekend to do the work, because if you will do the work for yourself, I believe this is one of those things where this energy can very much be shifted, worth waiting for an ex-lover. Heal those wounds. It's all about you and your core wounds this weekend, all right? So what can Gemini do to release the block between them and their twin flame? What can Gemini do to move from the shadow to the light this weekend with their twin flame, please? Judgment, there's Virgo. So Virgo could be one of your twin flames for one of you. Judgment, this is standing at the crossroads. This is literally and truly Archangel Michael. There is that butterfly. Oh no, yours isn't the butterfly. It must have been Taurus I was thinking of. Yep, it must have been Taurus. Excuse me about that, but here is those butterflies, okay? This is transformation. So you are standing at the crossroads of a divine transformation, and they're asking you if you will do the work. While you're standing at this crossroads right now, this is not about you and your twin flame. This is about you, okay? They're asking, that's why it says ex-lover, because they don't want you to think about your twin. This is all about you. You are worth waiting for. You are worth doing the work for, okay, Gemini? You're standing at the crossroads right now. This is St. Michael in this card, and St. Michael is asking you, do you want... I'm sorry, no, it's St. Gabriel. St. Gabriel and his trumpet right there. Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to keep, being wounded and keep making the same patterns and choices and habits and routines that aren't working out for you? Or do you want to maybe have a conversation with your higher self and really do the work on yourself so that you can take care of your own needs and get everything that you actually want out of life? Is that what you want? So this is one of those moments where you're going to have to choose. Do you want to stay on the same path? Do you want to keep making the same choices that have gotten you, well, not with your twin flame for fact, but, just not where you want to go, or not? And this is a big weekend. You're going to have the opportunity to really choose. Do you want to be your new improved version of yourself, or do you want to stay where you're at? The choice is yours this weekend, Gemini, all right? All right, give me a thumbs up if you haven't already, and I will hopefully see you next week, because now it is time for my sweet, sweet Cancers. Cancer, let's get up. Let's do it. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods, what is the energy Cancer has this weekend in their twin flame relationship? Uh-oh. Codependency. So, codependency, the definition of codependency is that you don't give or receive love unless you either are behaving. It's basically, you can't get love unless you behave a certain way in order for to get somebody's approval. Once somebody approves of the way you are behaving, then and only then do they love you, okay? So understand, codependency comes into multiple things. For instance, codependency can also be addiction, okay? Addiction to alcohol, sex, drugs, food, gambling, you name it, internet, your phone, whatever, video games. There's a lot of kinds of addictions. So it feels like this is a weekend where either your addictions are coming to a head, or you're going to be able to look at your codependency right in the mirror, Cancer, like, oh, okay, now I see you. Now I see what I'm working with. So let's see what's going on with your twin flame, Cancer. Angels, ancestors, guardians, and gods. What is going on with Cancer's twin flame this weekend? What is the energy they bring to the table? Blinded and passage. Interesting now. That's very interesting. Blinded and passage. All right, first of all, they're kind of feeling, it's interesting. With passage, this is it appears to be the Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, but you notice that it's at night and it's in the dark. So when you're going over that big bridge, you're crossing the bay, the San Francisco Bay there. And that bay at night is just black water. It's very dangerous. I think there's even sharks down there. I've been to San Francisco once, but I don't really remember. But to get from one side of the bay to the other side, you have to cross this passageway. And you have to trust that this passageway is going to guide you safely over these turbulent waters that you can't really even see because they're in the dark, okay? So it kind of, what I'm hearing here is that your twin flame feels kind of in the dark. They're kind of blind. And they really need you to help guide them. They kind of need you to help give them safe passage. They kind of are having a hard time finding their way, okay? With you over here, this codependency, whatever this addiction or codependency is that's in your life, it's keeping you from your twin. This energy is keeping you from your twin. This is why they can't see you, okay? Now, For those of you who are in union with your twin Cancer, this could be that y'all are the ones that are codependent. You could be very much codependent. And this is what this is, this blinded passage. This codependency is keeping them blinded to their own path, okay? The codependent relationship they have with you, and you as well, keeps you both blinded to the path that you're supposed to be on, okay? So this is just a really big weekend to work on codependency issues and to really become aware of where do you have addictions or codependent behaviors that need to be examined and really, you know, dealt with, and try to come up with a better behavior and course of action, right? All right, let's go sip of tea. My goodness, I am so parched after all this talking. Hour and a half, here we go. All right. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the block? Uh-oh, that's a lot. What is the block coming between Cancer and their twin flame the weekend of September 17th through the 19th, 2021? What is the block or the shadow that is coming between Cancer, there it is, and their twin flame? The Four of Pentacles. That's always an interesting card to have, the block. The Four of Pentacles means being a little bit stingy or being a little bit it's not even being selfish, it's just kind of holding, you know, you don't want to spend your money, being a little bit stingy, a little tight-fisted, if you will. And so with block here, it could have something to do very much, this is codependency. Like I said, this is being a little stingy. Well, codependency is basically being a little stingy. You are denying your love unless somebody behaves the way you want them to. And so that's kind of what it is. This is definitely the energy of codependency between you and your twin flame. For those of you who are in union or are in separation, the separation very much could be because of codependency. And those of you who have never known your twin, I feel like your codependency is, I mean, this is definitely speaking that you definitely have some codependent, if not full-blown codependency, at least codependent behaviors, okay? And this is what's just keeping the two of you, I mean, it's blinding your twin from you. Like, they literally can't see you if you've never met them. That's what's keeping you. They can't find you, literally, okay? So advice for Cancer. Wow, that just fell right out. Look there. The Magician, there's Aries showing up. That's actually Salvador Dali's face right there on that picture right there. If you've ever watched Money Heist, this is the mask that they wear on the Money Heist. The Magician, Aries showing up. You have all the tools that you need right in front of you to solve your own problems, Cancer. If you will do the work yourself, you will absolutely be able to solve this issue with codependency and addiction. There is no reason, listen, I understand addiction, and I'm saying this in all sincerity. That's not an easy challenge to overcome. It's not. The hardest addiction I ever had to overcome, well, sugar's a tough one, but cigarettes was my biggest one, and it took me years to stop smoking. I smoked for like almost 10 years. It was not easy to quit smoking, but my dad actually died of alcoholism, so I'm telling you, I understand. Addiction is not something you can just turn on and off, but they're asking you to at least get the tools that you need to start the process. This is the weekend that you need to at least name it to claim it. If you can't name it, you can't claim it. If you can't claim it, you can't solve it, baby. Name it to claim it. All right, Cancer, this is the weekend for you to take the tools into your own hands to fight this codependency, to try, you know, get this beast, you know, in check. All right. So what advice do we have for Cancer to help move their twin flame from the shadow to the light? What can they do to release the block between them and their twin flame this weekend? The Knight of Wands is time to find something else to desire. You know, I'm hearing that's a crutch is what I'm hearing. But it's almost like, you know, I know when I stopped smoking, at first I would find like something to chew on, you know, to try to replace a cigarette. But that really just didn't work for me because it was just giving me a crutch. It was just replacing one mouth thing with another mouth thing. And it was just, it didn't work, right? But eventually I had to find a path of something that I desired enough that made me want to not smoke. And for me, it was what smoking was doing to me physically. It was making me very sick. It was hurting my liver. It was hurting my pancreas. And I was just very, 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 very sick at the time. And that new path, that new desire was the thing that gave me the motivation to quit. And so and it was very easy to quit. I literally quit cold turkey and never looked back, and that was 10 years ago. I have not had one single cigarette, not even one. It was not hard when I was decided that I want to. So this is it. This is the point. You're supposed to do the work this weekend to really look at yourself and to know that you do have all the tools. You have everything you need, and you are strong enough. And that's definitely something to be said here, because this is the Knight of Wands. He is going into battle. He is not afraid at all. He's a knight. He is going to return victorious. And this is a fast-moving card. So this energy is moving very quickly. You have that. It feels like a nice little window this weekend, Cancer, to really take that bull by the horns and start to really work towards overcoming. Okay, and best of wishes to you, but take the energy while you can, because the ball is in your court this weekend, Cancer. All right, Cancer, I hope that you enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up, because we are down to our last but never certainly the least. Leo, what is up, baby? Hi, I have missed you. Welcome back to my table. I love you, Leo. You know that, though. You know that. All right, fire signs, let's finish it out strong. Ooh. Like I said, next week we're not doing all 12. We're just going to do the elements going forward. I do, the monthly reading for each sign. So I just think here going forward, we're just going to do the weekly elements. My poor little throat just can't handle it, y'all. I'm sorry, I tried though. I love the tarot readers that can. I love them very much. Much respect to them. All right, here we go, Leo. Let's see what is going on with you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods. What is the energy Leo brings to their twin flame relationship? Wow. Separation and union. So it looks like this could be an end to the union. Leo, you may very much be thinking about ending any union or partnership you are in, whether it's with your twin flame or someone else. If you are not in a partnership with someone and you are single, this could be that I don't even want to say the most recent separation that you've gone through, but whatever you would say your biggest heartbreak is, this energy of this biggest heartbreak that you ever had is something that you really need to focus on this weekend. What lesson from that breakup, from that heartbreak, have you not fully integrated into your life? This is a weekend to dive deep and to ask yourself, what did I not learn? What lesson have I not fully integrated? This is really important, because this would not come up. Whew, my heart is skipping a beat. So that's right. Yeah. What lesson did you skip? There's something you need to go back over and figure it out. All right, Leo. So let's see what's going on with your twin flame. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods, what is happening with Leo's twin flame this weekend? Please tell me about the energy Leo's twin flame brings to the relationship the weekend of September 17th through the 19th. Trust. I just heard Billy Joel. It's always in my trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And so the first thing is for those of you in union, on the one hand, Leo, you've got separation and union, and then they've got trust. And so they're asking you to trust them. If you're thinking about separating because you don't trust, they're asking you to give them not just one more chance, but to really examine, what is this stemming from? What do you not trust? Is it really them that you do not trust, or is it some unhealed aspect of yourself? Could you have a fear of abandonment? Could you have a fear of rejection? Could you have a fear of commitment? Could you, have this belief that all men eventually cheat, that all women are unfaithful, that all love doesn't last, that all marriage, 50% of all marriages end in divorce, so chances are mine will. What is it that you don't believe? Or I'm sorry, I said that wrong. What is it that you believe that might be the aspect that's causing you to have an issue with this union, that's causing you to not trust, love, and your partner? Is it them? Are you sure? This is just a question to ask yourself this weekend, Leo, okay? But they're telling you that they have faith in this situation is going to be okay. They really do have faith in this situation, all right? So let's see what is going on with the tarot. Angels, ancestors, guardians, gods, what is the block coming between Leo and their twin flame this weekend? the King of Coins, the path that you both have chosen. It feels like you're on two separate paths. So this must be what this union and separation is. For some of you, okay, yes, if you're in union, there could be a separation. And for those of you who are not in union, the union may be staying separate. But some of you, I think, know your twin flame and you're not on the same path. You've taken different paths. For whatever reason, you're separate. You were together and now you're separate and you're on separate paths. What's interesting is it feels like you have decided, Leo, well, that's that. We're just on separate paths now. That's the end of the story. There's nothing more to say. But your twin flame knows better. Your twin flame has faith that this is not over. The story is not over. And it's very interesting to me that you, Leo, you pulled union first. Not separation, but union first. So regardless of what you say, look what came first. So your twin flame is not giving up on you. Even though the two of you are not together and you're on separate paths, your twin flame has definitely not lost faith or hope at all. All right, so advice to Leo for this week. What advice do we have for Leo this weekend? We have Justice, Libra, and I believe this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 of Wands and Justice. It is time to lay down your baggage and to look at the truth, Leo. Is it really true, these things you believe, or is it just baggage that you're carrying, maybe from your childhood, maybe from your last relationship? Is all these things that you believe about this person honestly true, or are these just shadows that you have not dealt with, that you are projecting onto a person who actually that's not true? Are you actually being fair to them? I'm going to tell you something, no matter what, your twin hasn't given up on you. Even if you are being unfair, even if you are projecting. And I mean, honestly, this is the sword of truth and justice. So I really do believe you are not being true to them. You are what you think is about. I believe the thing that you think is true about them is actually projection of the baggage that you are carrying, Leo. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, fool. But for real, I'm serious. I think your baggage is what's keeping you separate from your twin here. This is why you have separation and union. I think that your baggage is coming up for you to get really, really honest with yourself this weekend, Leo, and ask yourself how much of your baggage is keeping you off the path that you're supposed to be on. Your twin is just waiting. They're being patient, waiting for you to catch up. They know you will. That's the thing. They haven't lost faith. They trust that you are going to catch up. All right. What can Leo do this weekend to move the twin flame and their relationship from the shadow to the light? What advice do we have to help Leo release this block between themselves and their twin flame? Wow. 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. There's a twin flame card. You got 3 of the 4 tens. Look at that. You've almost got a complete cycle here, which would be, I know what the major arcana is. What is it? I can see it. It's not death. It's judgment. No, not judgment. That's 20. I don't know. I'll think of it in a minute. What is the 10 card in the major arcana? Anyway, it's time for you to stop. Basically, it's time for you to let go of the way that you think of love and relationships, and especially and most importantly, twin flames. This is the message. I'm trying to find the 10 card here so I can figure out what this is. But hold on. I'm like, oh, I'm going to figure this out. Oh, I'm going to. Here's the thing. The way that you think about twin flames, 10 of Cups, that paradigm is wrong. The way you think about relationships, the way you think about your relationship with your twin flame is totally wrong. You're seeing it wrong. The problem is, Leo, is that you're seeing it through your perspective and you're not getting that the things that you think are wrong with a relationship are actually baggage from your childhood and previous relationship that you're projecting, and that if you would just stop blaming. And that's the key to your word, blame. Because you understand, blame is the lowest vibration of all. And so when we're sitting, yeah, it's judgment. Judgment, number 10. That's so crazy. You have 3 of the 4 tens. You have the 10 of swords, 10 of wands, and the 10 of cups. If you've got all 4 of the 10 cards, that would have been judgment. And so that's the thing. I feel very strongly that you have been judging your twin. And I wasn't wrong about this. I feel very strongly that you have been judging your twin based on a lie. It's not the truth. Justice. It's not the truth. These are baggage. You are projecting your baggage, and that's the perception that you have. But it's not true. Your twin didn't do the things you think they did. They're not who you think they are. Give them another chance. See them through the eyes of truth. They trust that you're going to come back around, and they trust that you're going to understand that what you thought before wasn't true, and that there is here's the thing. If what you feel about your twin is not based out of pure love, if it's got fear and distortion programming based on it, then that's not the truth. Because at the end of the day, remember something very important here, Leo. Y'all share a soul. What is your soul if it's not love? Do you believe your soul is toxic, Leo? Because if you do, then if you believe your twin flame is toxic, then you believe you yourself are toxic. Are you? Okay, if you're not, then maybe it's time to shift your perspective and the way that you see the twin flame relationship, okay? All right, Leo. And anybody who stuck around an hour and 45 minutes, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here. And like I said, next week, it is not going to be this long. We're just going to do the 4 elements and bounce. So hopefully it'll be like a half-hour video. All right, y'all. I love you. Y'all be safe, be healthy, stay out of trouble this weekend, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.